Your goal is to speak English fluently, but sometimes you're not able to get words out. You get frustrated and overwhelmed because you're not able to organize your thoughts and speak English like you want to. Well, today, my friend, I am going to give you 8 techniques that will help you master English fluency. You ready? Let's jump right in. The very first technique I want you to follow is writing in English daily. I say this all the time to my students. Again, writing in English daily. If you're watching this video, some of you are listening to it on the podcast. You'll see behind me there are tons of journals and notebooks. Why? Because I write on a regular basis, so I understand the importance of writing daily. When you start writing in English daily, many things are going to happen. Here's the description that breaks this down. You need to keep a journal or a diary in English because it will help you organize your thoughts and apply new vocabulary. You're constantly learning new things. If you watched the lesson from last week where I taught you 7 new English expressions, you could have written those expressions down in your notebook. You have a journal or buy a journal and start writing in it on a daily basis. Why is this so beneficial? This is the benefit. You see, this exercise, this practice of writing in an English journal every day, aids in internalizing grammatical structures and expressions, making them more accessible for speaking. Now, you know I don't teach grammar on my channel. I don't teach grammar in my academy. That is something that you have heard me say over and over again. Even though I don't have grammar lessons, my students still improve their grammar. Why? Because they follow these techniques. Techniques just like this one. When you're writing on a regular basis, you're also going to start editing yourself. Like, wait a minute. This doesn't look like what I read yesterday. This doesn't read the same way that Aloysia's presentations sound. Something's off. And you'll start correcting yourself. This will help you improve your grammar and start using words naturally. So later on, when you go to speak, you'll remember what you wrote. So again, technique number 1. Write in English daily. Technique number 2. Speech shadowing. I want you to repeat after me at the same pace. I want you to repeat this. Hey, you look amazing today. Good. One more time. Hey, you look amazing today. Speech shadowing is all about not just repeating the words, but repeating the pace, repeating the inflections. This is going to help you. So here it is. Practice speaking by mimicking or shadowing a native speaker's speech from audio or video resources, trying to match their pronunciation, tone, and pace closely. We're talking about helping you finally master English fluency. Technique number 2 is all about speech shadowing. Here is the benefit. This technique will help you, my friend, improve your accent, intonation, and fluency by training your ears and speech muscles simultaneously. This is why this technique is so important and so powerful. So again, technique number 2. Speech shadowing. Mimicking someone else. Technique number 3. TED Talks and educational lectures. Again, TED Talks and educational lectures. We're living in a time where information is available to us for free. You can go on YouTube, which is where you're watching this video, and access tons upon tons of videos, including TED Talks and educational lectures. So what you're going to do is watch TED Talks. Why? Watching TED Talks and educational lectures in English exposes you to complex ideas and specialized vocabulary. Remember, your goal is to improve your English fluency. In order to improve your fluency, you have to improve your vocabulary. You have to be exposed to more English. This is a technique that will help you. Here's the benefit. It improves your comprehension of advanced topics and aids in acquiring academic or professional Language skills. You're trying to get to the next level. So you have to watch people and listen to people who are at the level you are trying to get to. So again, technique number 3. TED Talks and educational lectures. Technique number 4. Creative writing in English. Now, remember, the first technique was about writing in a daily journal in English. Technique number 4 is a little bit different. Technique number 4 is creative writing in English. Let me explain. Engaging in creative writing activities like crafting stories, poems, or blogs in English is different from writing about your daily life in your journal, where you're documenting things that actually happen. Creative writing is all about using your imagination, coming up with interesting stories, or teaching other people by writing a blog, or even writing a poem in English. This technique will stretch your brain in a different way. You're not just documenting your day. Instead, you're coming up with ideas and situations in English. This technique, once again, will help you master English fluency. Here's another benefit. It encourages innovative use of language and deeper engagement with linguistic structures, enhancing expressive capabilities. It will help you express yourself more because you are forcing your brain to pull on all of these things you've learned to make them into something interesting. This technique is going to take your English to the next level. Technique number 5. Audiobooks are powerful. I have audiobooks on my phone, and it's very convenient to listen to an audiobook while I am either working, cooking, or exercising. You have access to audiobooks, so listen to an English audiobook. Incorporating English audiobooks into your routine allows you to hear complex narratives and dialogue. When you're listening to an audiobook, you're hearing an individual who is a native English speaker. They're not speaking slowly. They're speaking at a regular pace about complex topics. This gives your brain the opportunity to process the information. Listening to audiobooks helps your brain learn to process information, and you will also be able to regurgitate and use the same patterns when you speak English. So again, listening to English audiobooks. What is another benefit? It sharpens your listening skills and introduces you to diverse literary vocabularies and storytelling techniques. You're going to be a better storyteller. You're going to have a more expansive vocabulary. This is why this technique is so important. Technique number 6. Now, this is all about using mind maps to organize your thoughts or plan projects in English. I love this technique. This is how I think. This is how I've always thought. Again, this refers to organizing your thoughts before speaking. This refers to having supporting pieces of information for your idea and then speaking. I remember when I was in high school. We did it in college as well, but we did it more in high school. We'd have on a piece of paper a diagram with circles. In the middle would be your main point. On the outside of that bigger circle would be smaller circles with supporting points, reasons, and examples to support your idea. This is a mind map. Making sure you have a main idea and then connecting points that support that main idea. Creating mind maps is important. Here's the benefit. The visual and organizational tool not only aids in planning, but also in thinking and brainstorming directly in English, promoting fluency in thought processes. Get a piece of paper, get a notebook, and write out your thoughts. Then create visuals, circles, squares, rectangles to organize your thoughts. Mind mapping. Game changer. I love this technique. Technique number 7. Practicing with karaoke in English. I almost pause. Like, wait a minute. We're going to sing. Practicing with karaoke in English. Let me explain. Singing along to English songs using karaoke videos or apps helps improve pronunciation and rhythm. When you sing a song and you're enjoying it, You're actually improving your pronunciation, following the rhythm. It's a relaxed way of studying English. Here's the benefit. This technique engages listening skills and mimicry in a fun, musical context, enhancing your ability to hear and reproduce sounds accurately. This is a fun way to learn how to master English fluency. Technique number 8. Creating English content. Here we go. Creating English content. Start a blog, YouTube channel, or podcast in English about your hobbies, your studies, or your daily life. I'm going to pause. You start a YouTube channel. You start a blog. You start a podcast about something you're interested in. I have had students in my academy who have done this exact thing. Started YouTube channels about makeup. Started YouTube channels about their travels. Started YouTube channels about their English journey. And what happens when you do this? Your English will start to improve even faster. I know it can be a little bit nerve-wracking. You're a little nervous. Not sure, but trust me. This technique works. We're talking about improving and mastering English fluency and doing it faster. Here's the benefit. It develops writing or speaking skills while connecting with a broader audience and encouraging regular language use. I got to post a video next week, so I need to prepare. I need to mind map before I record my YouTube video. This technique, creating English content, connects other techniques as well. Start doing it. I'm telling you, reading classic and contemporary English literature helps you gain exposure to rich language, storytelling techniques, and cultural insights. This is a way, again, for you to enjoy the process of learning English, to expand your vocabulary, and to enhance your skills as it relates to expressing your ideas. The benefit. This builds a deeper understanding of language nuances, historical context, and various literary styles and genres. You're going to expand your horizons. This is what it's all about as you're trying to master English fluency. Remember to put these techniques into practice. I hope you enjoyed the lesson, and I'll talk to you next time.